What's up, everybody? Today, and I don't think it's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. See what's different about it anyway. But the license plate bracket, I've got a custom dynamic one. It doesn't say it's for this bike, but it is for an Indian. So we're going to try to take it apart. So I know I have to take some stuff out from back of the fender. Like there are those 3 bolts there. And then I don't know if I have to take the 2 that's up higher out or not, but I'm going to start out with taking the bracket off. So that is what I'm going to do. Take the 3 bolts that hold the license plate bracket on. So let's do that. Alright, so I am going to take the license plate bracket off. It's a 10mm for those 3 bolts. Like I said, I don't think this is really going to work, but you never know. Either the mounting's not going to work or the wiring is not going to work. Hell, maybe both. I think I am going to have to pull that out. So I think I'm going to take this out to get this reflector off, which is being held on by a couple bolts that will, this piece needs to hold it up into, so we'll see. Which there are 3 more bolts, 2 and 1 that's in here in the center. Hopefully these are all the same bolts that I'm losing. I should have 3 extra ones though. There's the second one up there. Let's see if I can tie this up somewhat so it's not falling down on me. Hopefully that'll prevent me from just dropping it. Probably just scrape up my fender. Just see if I can get it unplugged somehow. Cut that out. Cut the zip ties out. There's zip ties to hold this on too. 3 of them. Alrighty, now what? Okay. And then that comes off. I got to take the bracket off for all the lights and stuff. So, because I think that license plate bracket kind of gets rid of, replaces this anyway. So we're going to find out anyhow. All right, well, let's open it up. Again, this thing is for like the chieftains and what have you. But we're going to see if I can make it work in this application. I'd be interested to see if all these plugs plug in together. That would be the biggest dilemma, if all the plugs plug together. Yeah, it's got LEDs at the top and brake light, I think. So I took the license plate bracket off and the light, but I think in the other Chieftains and stuff, it just, all the tail light and license plate bracket are all one thing. Like this says, disconnect the 4 tail light assembly electrical connections and lay the tail light assembly face down on a scratch-free surface. I only had 3 connections. If anything, I won't mess with the lighting of it. Maybe I will just stick the plate on and figure out the wiring later. Yeah, that removes the whole light back here. But it looks like it's going to mount. It's just the wiring, I think. It's going to maybe screw me. Again, this will be even if I don't get the lighting on it. The license plate frame is going to be what I'm looking for. Right now I'm just trying to take this bracket and the frame thing apart so I could separate the two. Keep all the bolts and spacers, separate the frame. Then I want you to shape and cut the license plate around the plate frame. So around this. So I got to cut my plate to where it would fit up around that. If I can get all this to work, if I can get everything to work, I'm going to give this thing away to somebody that wants it. It was like $80 at the dealer. I like to think I can get it to work enough, but there is a reason why this probably wasn't listed for the Challenger. There's probably a reason for it. So I got to trim it right here in the middle so we can get the plate up around there. So that's what I want to try to figure out how to do. I don't know if I can get 10 snips in there to do this or not. Alright. I'll be back. I'm going to try to get that out of there somehow. It may be that I just bend it down so it's got a smooth surface. That probably is. Like just bend it down so at least at the bottom it's not all sharp and stuff. Yeah, I think that may be alright. I may trim it a little more on this side. It's a little close. I don't know, that looks pretty good. Maybe just leave it. Now I just got to try to reinstall wires, I think. Basically, I'm just bolting the mount back to the turn signal, which may be a little easier said than done. I think the challenge is the license plate bracket was actually mounted to the fender. So that may be another thing that is a little weird with this kit. Be a 10mm wrench. Cutting this stuff up with. Alright, and then this goes back through the hole. Anyway, I'm just sticking this back, but you got to run the wires through this little divot in the bracket. I think I'm going to mount the license plate before I put it on the bike too. And then it comes with the 4 bolts to mount the plate in, and the Allen. already. I don't know if I can buy rubber grommets to plug those or not. I think it looks good so far. Yeah, this does have 4 wires. I just don't know which for. Like, I don't know what this wire is going to be for. I think this is going to be for the light, shine that. I just don't know what that's going to be for. So we may hang it and hook the wires up and see what happens. Black plug fit. All I'm going to do is now just turn on the bike and see what lights I get. Or do I blow a fuse? Alright, well, I get the license plate light. So far I got running lights. I don't know if I will be able to see if I have a brake light on that. So no brake light. But I get everything besides a brake light, brake running light maybe. Again, this is not supposed to work for this bike, so I think if I can get 90% of it to be good, I'll be happy with it. I mean, I don't need that brake light, technically. So as of now, we don't have the brake light. We have the license plate light, but no brake light. And there's really no other way this stuff can be plugged in. That would have been nice, huh? Alright. Well, that'll be okay. If I don't have the brake light for now until I think about it some, I'll be okay with it. I'm not going to do anything to no wiring up there. So, if I do anything, it'll be to this, not my wiring on the bike. I ain't messing with that. Because honestly, when I was looking for a license plate frame or bracket or whatever, I was just looking for a curved one anyway. Not with any lights. So, I got some of what I got extra than what I even asked for, I think. Yeah, it shows the holes there, huh? So I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not. It needs a way to bring this down a bunch. Maybe I'll see about maybe some washers or something, because that has to go down quite a bit. Alright, the brakes work. Left turn signal, right turn signal. Make sure that works. And works. Alright. All that stuff works. I'll look at the brake part of it later. But anyway, yeah, it's not too bad. I don't like that it's not down far enough. But like I said, if I can get a sleeve or something that's and longer bolts, that's like a ½ inch longer, it may cover it, right? So we will see. Anyway, that'll be it for now, unless I come up with something for the brake light. All right, I'm back to messing with my license plate light there, mount again. I think it's about ½ inch too high, so I bought some spacers and some longer bolts to try to bring that down some. If it's mounted securely, we'll keep it, and if not, we'll find a different way to bring that license plate. All right, so I took one of the bolts out to go make sure I got get a good replacement. And then I bought new bolts, some washers, and a 1/2-inch spacer. So hopefully what I'm trying to do is get it low. I'm trying to get it below, at least lower down on the fender. So I'm hoping these little spacers will bring it down enough to where it doesn't look where you can't see that as much. I did buy some grommets to fill in the previous bolt holes, which I'm going to have, when I take this off, I'm going to have one more to put in. Yeah, I just bought like a 200-piece closed rubber grommet set, and I was able to use, well, I had to use the smaller one, switch M7.14, whatever that is. So I'm going to try to take the other bolt off. I'm going to try to do this without taking the whole plate off. The washers, and then these spacers. So this is probably going to be tricky to put together. So I'll do maybe this. I'll build it and show it to you. So bolt, washer, spacer, then the bolt, washer, spacer, then the piece that went on it from factory. So, but I'm not going, that's not going to work because I need to bring it down, so it's going to have to go. So that's not going to work. Not at all. Not at all going to work. What was I thinking? So it's going to have to go like this, spacer, right? I'm putting, see, I put these in there at least, so hopefully it doesn't, helps it from getting water and maybe rusting. So I have one more to put in. I just use a little flathead screwdriver to stick it in. I'm hoping that protects any water from getting up in there and whatever's not painted and not rust. So, all right, let's try this again. So I'm thinking this way, maybe here and here. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to put a rubber grommet in to hold this all together. And that just holds everything, that'll hold everything together. And if this doesn't work, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just trying it. Really, did I not buy the same length bolt? Hopefully it'll work. But it doesn't look like I bought the same length bolt. Did not. Two different side lengths. So that's nice. Maybe I'll do the long one first. All right, that one's in. Uh-oh. What? What? I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Now I'll tighten it up. And yeah, it comes just right at that, so you can't really see it. So I went to Home Depot, bought a couple of spacers, 1/2-inch spacers. And 1-inch long M6-1 times 30 millimeter. Well, that's what you should get. I bought one 20 millimeter, one 30 millimeter. 20 works, 30 just gives you more room to mess with. And then, yeah, it just comes right down to the bottom of that. Yeah, I like it, I like it. I'm gonna turn on my motorcycle real quick to see if all my lights and shit still work. Yep, the license plate light works. Looks like my brake and turn signals are going to work too. So, yeah, everything's still working. All right, well, I will talk at you maybe on the next part of this section. Like, subscribe. I'm sure I've already said this before, but like, subscribe, comment, all that good jazz. Thanks.